Hey everyone, Ben from Living Survival, and today we're going to take a look at why you might want to get yourself a decent shortwave radio as well as a very affordable one that works great. Having a decent radio at home or even in your kits that can broadcast not only AM, FM, but the longer range shortwave signals is a great prep to have and a great item to have should communications go down in the event of a natural disaster or other emergency. I used to sell shortwave radios from Sony and Sangean, and those are great radios, but today I'm going to show you an ultra affordable radio that works great and would be a great addition to your home communications or portable communication toolkit. So a while back I did a survival communication video where I touched on some of the ways that you can receive emergency signals, for example, and communicate in the event of a emergency. One way is these two-way ham radios. You can obviously use these to broadcast, but you can also use these to receive local fire, police, EMS, things like that, which is very handy in an emergency. I know when the power's been out, you can turn one of these on and you can listen to, local crews and things like that. So that's pretty handy. Also handy as a way to communicate in the event of an emergency. These days the same thing is available on your cell phone. You can get apps that'll let you scan and listen to local fire, emergency, EMS. You can also use these obviously to pick up radio stations, especially with internet radio. You can listen to BBC and NPR, right on an app on your cell phone. The problem is that we rely too much on the internet, and not only can the internet be easily censored, there's areas in the world obviously that they censor internet and things like that. When you use a shortwave radio, that's a way that you can still receive those communications, and there really isn't any way to censor that stuff. The other drawback of apps obviously is if your internet connection goes down, you don't have any cell service, for example, those are going to be the first things to probably go down in the event of a natural disaster or emergency. If you've ever been in a big city during an emergency or something like that, you know that cell phone service is pretty much wiped out immediately. Then of course if you're at home and your internet signal goes out, that leaves your phone pretty much dead in the water. So it's a great idea to have a redundant system such as a radio. Not only is it great for survival and emergency situations, but it's also fun. It's also interesting to see what you can pick up on these radios. Now obviously you can use an AM FM radio. Those are going to pick up your local stations, but when you get into the shortwave radio frequencies, you can pick up transmissions around the world. So this is the PL-310ET. It's an upgraded version of the regular 310. It has ETM, which is basically the only difference. What that is easy tuning mode or easy tuning memory. It allows you to scan through frequencies and it holds them in a temporary memory, which is great for when you're traveling and you don't want to basically write over or program over the stations that you have programmed in at home, for example. So up top we have the antenna for FM and shortwave. The radio is capable of FM, medium wave, long wave, and shortwave. On the side here we have a nice large tuning dial and a volume adjustment. On the other side here we have the FM and shortwave antenna, external antenna, so you can plug in an external antenna in there, headphone jack, and then you have a 5-volt mini USB port, which is nice. This takes the nickel metal hydrate batteries, AA's. You can put standard AA's in, or you can also put in the rechargeables, and then you can actually charge it using that mini USB. So that's very nice as well. Nothing on the bottom here. On the back, of course, you have your battery door. It takes 3 AA's or the rechargeables, and then this flap here extends out so that you can set the radio up like that, which is also pretty nice. Or you could just do it how I usually do it and just stand it upright. Now I picked this one up from Banggood, and it is the Chinese version, so the box is fully Chinese and it comes with a Chinese manual. No big deal, you can get the English manual online, so that's what I did to learn a little bit more about how to use this radio. It also comes with a nice little carry pouch here and then a set of headphones. So as you can see, when you put it in the carry pouch, it does maintain a very small form factor, and it's definitely something that is portable and you can take it with you or add it into one of your kits. So I'm just going to kind of show you how I use the radio. You know, there's probably some shortwave or radio experts out there who will know a whole lot more than me. I'm definitely no expert. This is just sort of how I use a radio like this. As you can see on the display, you have your time, temperature, battery level indicator, and then it also has a timer and an alarm. So some of the buttons here, you have your time, which when you press it will light up the LED and also allow you to program in the time. You can switch that between 12-hour and 24-hour. Same with the temperature there. You can change that between centigrade and Fahrenheit. With the radio off, if you hold down some of these buttons, it will allow you to change some of those features. So if I hold down the 1 button, it's going to allow me to directly type in any FM station. If I hold down the 2 button here, that will switch me between 12-hour and 24-hour mode. And then the number 3 button will switch us between centigrade and Fahrenheit. If you hold down this little battery button here, it has a little battery indicator there, that will turn on or off the nickel metal hydride. You want to let the radio know which type of batteries you have in here. So if you have the rechargeables in, you want to turn that on. If you don't have rechargeables in, you can turn that off, and then the radio will adjust accordingly. You can turn your beep on and off by holding that down, and then there's some different buttons here for being able to easy access or program in your stations. You basically just turn the radio on with the power button there, and then it's going to go into your band. You can see here where we are on the FM band. So, you know, we could go through and pick a station. The tuning dial is on the side here, and again, it tunes very easily, very quickly, and then you can find all your FM stations. You can also hit the easy tuning, which will go through and program all the ones that it is able to receive locally. And then if you wanted to store those all into memory, you can also do, you know, a memory scan where it will program them into the memory slots. Again, your tuning is on the side and your volume is on the side as well. You do get a volume indicator there, which is nice. And you'll notice the 2 little stereo icons there. It is a stereo FM, so that's nice. When you're listening to headphones, you can turn the stereo on and off with the little FM stereo button there. So if we wanted to switch into medium wave, you just hit the MW button there, and that will switch you into medium wave, which is also considered AM, I do believe. They remain at number 8. So you can 15 and 45 past each hour. Pull in some medium wave signals there. And again, you can use it to scan, or you can you know, program those in permanently. Couple buttons on the side here. You have your display button, which will change your display. It's got an alarm, got the temperature, a timer, and then it's also got your signal to noise ratio, which is pretty cool. If you hold down the display button, it will lock it out so that none of the buttons work, which is pretty nice. You hold it down again to release the lock. There's a light snooze button here. Here's your ETM button, your easy tuning mode, and then you have either your manual frequency tuning, or you can switch it over so that it will just go through your presets here, and I don't really have anything programmed in at the moment. So pretty basic features for your AM and your FM, or your FM and your medium wave there. If we want to switch to shortwave, we use these buttons down here. Either one of them will get you into the shortwave band. So if you want to store in your shortwave frequencies, you can use either one of these 2 buttons here. One does just a little bit deeper of a search, and we'll store those in, or you can use the ETM button. Again, the difference is this one will store them into memory so that you can go through your presets. The ETM button is for when you're traveling, for example. If you've already got a bunch of stations at home, for example, programmed in, you don't want to overwrite those. That's when you would use the ETM button, and it will temporarily store those into memory. Again, great for traveling. So say I want to program in some shortwave frequencies, and I just want to use the ETM because I don't want to overwrite anything that I might have programmed in already. I just go ahead and hit this or hold down the ETM button, and it's going to go ahead and start at the bottom of the frequency range, and it will scan all the way to the top. So I'll go ahead and let that do that, and then we will check out anything that may have stored in there. So we'll let this go through. You can hear that long beep there. That lets us know that it is done with the scan, and then we can see what it was able to find. So once it's done scanning, you can go through what it found and placed in the temporary memory. Again, you might have to move towards a window or something like that to pick them up a little bit better. Another thing you can do is change the bandwidth on this radio, so you can switch it from, let me go back up here, 6 all the way down to 4, then to 3, then to 2, then to 1. Basically, as far as I know, all that does is it sort of just filters down the frequencies. Sometimes it'll help you pick up a certain station with a little bit less interference. But basically then it just works like any other radio, and you have your different frequencies that you can pull in. Again, with shortwave, you can pull in frequencies all around the world just by the way that the signal works. So if we want to access what the easy tuning memory found, we can hit the ETM button, and that will put us basically into that ETM pre-programmed mode, and then we can use the tuning dial to switch between them. Sounds like we've got a Middle Eastern channel there. And again, if we want to switch to another one here, it sounds like we have a Spanish speaking channel there. So again, a lot of things may not be broadcasting during the day. It's kind of the middle of the day right now. But you can try it again in the morning and at night, and you'd be surprised some of the stuff you can pick up on these radios. You can pick up some pretty interesting stuff. Of course, BBC and NPR, they generally will broadcast, at least in the United States. They don't have a shortwave channel anymore in the United States. Basically, you would pick up those two channels being rebroadcasted on the FM station, so you can pick them up that way. So I don't know about you guys, but in the event of a natural disaster, I want to know what's going on in the world around me. Your TV goes down, your internet goes down. Pretty much the only way to find that stuff out is going to be through the radio, because it's pretty hard to take this stuff down. Portable radio stations and things like that can be put up pretty easily in the event that towers are knocked down. So it's a great prep to have. It's a great way to stay in touch with what's going on around you, and a shortwave radio makes that even easier because you're able to pick up a lot more distant frequencies than just on your traditional AM and FM band. So I really like this Tecsun radio. I like the fact that it comes in this nice little pouch here. You can easily keep this in the vehicle, for example, keep it in your glove box, or just keep it right around the house. I just keep this in a drawer at home, and if I need access to those radio frequencies, if everything else goes down, it's nice to know that I have it. I like that it's rechargeable, and I really like the price. $40 is pretty affordable for a decent radio like this that's capable of receiving all those other bands. So having communication ability on your phone is great with apps and internet and things like that. In the event that that goes down, you can use portable ham radios or scanners to find out what's going on in your local area. In the event that that fails, you can use a regular AM/FM shortwave radio to tune into news and tune into events and things like that are going on around the world. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video today, taking a look at the Tecsun shortwave radio. I'm going to put some links below to Banggood's website where I picked it up and where you guys can pick it up for right around $40. I think at that price it's an affordable way to get into a radio that will be able to receive those signals. A great item to have for your kids, like I said, in the event that all other forms of communication go down. So again, I'm no radio expert. This is what I know and this is what I use. So hopefully you guys found something useful out of this video. Hope you guys give this video a big thumbs up for me. Make sure you leave me some comments below. Share this video to your friends and family on social media. And as always guys, there's a big red subscribe button below this video. Make sure you click it and subscribe for more videos.